Hey queens, welcome to my channel. It's your favorite Jamafrican queen. Today we are getting into this look before we go to get some drinks. So if you would like to get ready with me, then keep watching. I've already done my eyebrows. What I'm gonna do now is just a little bit of skin prep. So I'm going in with the Inkyless Hyaluronic Acid. So this is just to help keep that moisture in my face. Lately, I just feel like I've been experiencing dry skin in certain areas. So keeping this prepped will help with less breakouts. Once you have like that super tacky kind of feel, then you can go in with your primer. So the primer that I'm gonna use is the e.l.f. Hydro Grip Primer. I wasn't really a fan of this whenever I first got it, but after I learned how to use it, it made so much more sense. And it really does do wonders for my makeup. So this one I'm just patting in, and you wanna pat this for a good 30 seconds on the sides that you're actually going to use it on. And you're gonna know that it's ready whenever you feel like this super tacky kind of feel on your face. Like you can see that it's sticky. Okay, so I don't use that on my nose area just because on my nose, I feel like I tend to be extremely oily. So I've been using, for centuries at this point, I've been using the Becca Evermatte Poreless, and I know that they went out of business or something like that. And I probably can't get this ever again, but I'm gonna need to find something real soon because I'm almost out. And I just kind of pat that onto my nose. The only issue that I have with this one is that it turns white. It might not do it this time though, because I'm gonna actually like give it the TLC that it deserves. But I really love the Becca Evermatte Poreless because it really sucks in all of that oil and keeps it in. Next, I'm going in with my hydrating Camo Concealer with, you know, the satin finish. This is in the shade Deep Chestnut. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically going to put this on my eyes because I'm setting the base for my eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that dry. I'm going to basically take my fan, because we're pressed for time. I'm gonna take my fan and I'm just going to dry it. And of course you don't want it to be too dry. So I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. It's already damp and I'm just going to blend that out. And the reason why I try to get like the bridge of my nose, I typically put like a highlighter there. So it just makes sense to go ahead and add the concealer so I don't have to add the highlight later. I'm setting that with the Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Banana Bread. And I just dab it onto my eyelids. I picked up too much. You don't really need all of that. And then I'm just gonna wipe that away. So what that does is that really just gives us a little base for our eyeshadow. While I'm applying the eyeshadow, I'm gonna go ahead and just add some concealer so it can dry down already. And I'm just going to set that, and I wanna bring it out just so it can lift my face. So we're gonna get that to dry while we handle lashes and eyeshadow. I typically don't have a eyeshadow palette. I really just use my bronzer. The bronzer that I use is the Juvia's Place Bronzy. And I just put that onto my eyelids. And I like to do it gently because I don't really want any fallout to fall onto my concealer. We're just gonna go in with a fluffy brush that doesn't have anything on it, and we're just gonna blend out the harsh corners around the eye. I typically just like to keep it bronzed here, a little natural, because I am darker on my eyelids than I am on the rest of my face. So I just try to keep it a little consistent with how I am naturally. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and then we're gonna go into foundation. Okay, now that we have our lashes on, we looking like something. I'm gonna go ahead and just blend out this concealer, but you can just see the coverage. You can see how well that just covers when you let it sit and dry down for a little bit. And even though we've already got some really good coverage, we're still going to go in with another layer because I need to get down here. Oh, that coverage is beautiful. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take more concealer, we're gonna layer it on top, and this is going to dry down as well. We're not gonna put as much as we put the first time. This time we're just going to put, you know, like enough to get it covered, because we're gonna drag it all the way into the mustache area because that's dark too. Next, we're going in with our Nars foundation. This is in the shade Manousse. I don't typically like to use a lot of this foundation because it is sheer. I like to apply it just with my fingers and spread it wherever, just to accentuate the coverage. And I'll have to take this little band off. But of course we want to make sure it's on our nose, mustache area, and then of course we want to make sure we drag some of it down to our neck. And if we need more, we can definitely get more, but right now I'm going to keep it at that. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of spray my Milani Make It Last, just to kind of give some type of adhesion. I like applying my foundation with my beauty blender because I don't want it to look too heavy. I feel like the beauty blender does a great job of picking up as much product as possible, and that's what we need. I don't want it to look, I just want it to look like your skin but better. And of course we can see that there's some texture going on here, but that's fine, we'll fix it. So while our concealer is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and go in with some bronzer. With bronzer, I just like to dab it on my wrist. And I like to dab the product into a brush, and I just like to go ahead and stipple it onto my face. So of course we want the high cheekbones. We don't want the face to drag. I'm gonna lift this up. I know my lace is cooking, but that's fine. Ooh, she looking good with a T at the end, okay? Is she really? Oh, she still needs to be tinted. But I'm gonna go ahead and just apply my bronzer in the areas that I apply my bronzer. So I like to apply it around just like the circumference of my face. I don't like to put any here because sometimes I feel like there's just a huge differentiation on the color foundation you're wearing and then your bronzer. So I kind of leave that out. Then we're gonna go ahead and just kind of contour the nose. Before I contour the nose, I need to go ahead and go back in with some concealer, and we're going to put that on the nose so we can create that button look. I don't know, I never shied away from this. I feel like this is just the me thing, and I know people probably don't do it anymore, but I love a good nose highlight. So when I do my nose, I kind of like to give it that like V shape. I like to make sure that I'm accentuating the bridge. I'm gonna go in circular motion around where I place that concealer because that's going to give it that button look. Next, we are going to go ahead and blend out this concealer, and I'm gonna do that with my beauty blender, but this time we're gonna drag it all over, like all the way around where our mustache is. And I'm just going back and picking up some of the product and dragging it down. Okay, so now that we've kind of blended everything out, I'm gonna go in with the side of my beauty blender that actually has foundation, and I'm just gonna blend the sides in. So we wanna blend the concealer and the foundation together. Okay, now we're going back in with our Huda Beauty. we're gonna take some of the powder and we're gonna wipe some of the excess off, and we're just gonna go in with the powder and kind of beat the face. So you wanna like press it in. So all the areas that we had concealer on, we're going to add powder. One thing I love about the Huda Beauty powder is that it really blurs my pores. But this time we are going to go below our jawline and we're just gonna chisel that out. This is also going to help hide your texture. Even though it's not gonna be fully hidden, trust me, it's never fully hidden. This is what helps hide your texture. When you add powder, it kind of accentuates like your texture, so it brings it a little bit out because your face is dry. But once you apply like your setting spray, it barely noticeable. Okay, now we're going to go back in with our bronzed palette, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go back over, just like we went through with the concealer. We're gonna go back over, and you probably won't be able to see this because the powder is there, which always makes me do like more. So we're still doing that stippling motion, and this is just gonna kind of like warm up everything. It's super hard to see if it's like there, but I know it's there. All right, so while all that's baking, we're gonna go in with some mascara. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this part off camera because it is really hard for me to explain. So I'm gonna do this off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, while that's drying, we're gonna go ahead and go in with our Sephora Micro Smooth powder. So I have the shade Toffee. I saw this on TikTok and my sister was raving about it, so I was like, okay, I gotta get it. So I am basically going to use this to dust off any excess powder, but it's also going to help just kind of like bring that extra oomph to my makeup. So while that's drying, we don't want smile lines. I'm gonna let this sit here because we do not want smile lines. While that's going, we're gonna go ahead and add our blush. The blush that I have is the Makeup Forever. I literally had this forever. I've probably had this for about like 4 years. A little bit on the nose, just to kind of give it a little bit more red look. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to go around my eyes, and I'm just gonna go ahead and dust off that excess powder under my eyes. Now that I've dusted off the excess powder, I'm gonna go in with the Airbrush Flawless Finish by Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade Medium. This is what I'm going to use to set my under eyes so they don't crease. And we're gonna let that sit on there for a little while. Then I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this stuff off because I can't keep looking at it. All right, so while that's drying, let's go ahead and get into the lip. We are going in with the Juvia's Place Luxe Liner. This is in the shade Brownie. And what I like to do is I just like to line my lips, kind of like the 90s liner, and then I like to go in with my lip gloss and just kind of fill it in with a different shade. I switch how I do my lips like every day. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my NYX Butter Gloss. This is in the shade Butterscotch. And I just kind of go around and just put it all over my lips. Blends in pretty well, and it just kind of gives it that like natural look, but you know, it ain't natural. Then we're gonna go back in with our Sephora powder, and I'm not even gonna go back in with the Sephora powder. I'm just going in with the same brush that I used that has the Sephora powder on it, but I'm not gonna add more product. I'm gonna wipe away that Charlotte Tilbury powder. Now it's time for us to just blend everything together. So we're going in with the Milani Make It Last spray. And don't forget to use your fan. I feel like it just comes out better. So halfway through fanning yourself, I want you to go ahead and grab your highlighter. And I just use my fingers. I don't really have a highlighter brush. And I place it where I need it. And then I want you to go back and start fanning yourself. Okay, so now that we've got our makeup done, it's time for me to get my hair together. I'm gonna get my hair together off camera, and then we're gonna pick out an outfit, yada yada. You can watch me get dressed, yada. All right, so I'm thinking these kind of brownish looking pants and this top. So I like this top because it's like seashell kind of look. I don't know. Let's try it on. Let's just give it a chance. Give it a chance. Let's try it on. Okay, so let me get the pants on. Okay, and these pants are from Pretty Little Thing. Oh my gosh. You know, I was just talking about how I'm losing weight and maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's not the case. I don't think it is. Okay. Okay, so these are the pants. They're cute. Weird. Absolutely weird. That's fine. Okay. These are the pants. Don't really do too much for her, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, and now let's get the shirt on. Okay, I feel like she's a little sophisticated, you know? I feel like, I don't know. Back. Let's fix that. It's the back of her. I don't know, maybe we need the accessories and all of that. It's just, it's not doing it for me. I feel like a linebacker. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do the watch. Literally the same watch that is in every single outfit that you've ever seen me in, probably. And then, but she goes with it, like she doing it. Then I just have these like really small earrings. I don't know what is going on. Like, where's all these flyaways coming from? I just have this small earring that we're gonna insert right here. And we've got another one. You know, earrings just like a little razzle dazzle, you know what I mean? A little, and these are little studs, and I know you're probably like, girl, you need to get away from the studs, but I don't know. I need a schedule. Like, I need a schedule on like when to buy accessories and when to buy clothes, because I will buy a crap ton of clothes and then be like, oh dang, like I don't have anything to accessorize with this. Okay, so we did that. Probably need to add some little deodorant under here because she not doing it. Oh, this hair is from Asteria, and it is just not the best hair ever. Like, as you can see, I was already straightening it, but like we're still here. Let's brush. Let's see if a brush will help. So let's just brush her. Maybe she'll come to her senses. Yeah, it's a no for me, dog. But that's okay. I'm gonna get a new wig very soon. Very, very soon, and she will not see the light of day. Okay. Alright. I think we're good. I feel like this is a little much for like, you know. Okay, so I really, really like the outfit itself. The shirt, she needs some TLC throughout the night, and this is from Pretty Little Thing. Actually, both items are from Pretty Little Thing. But I think we can make it work. We'll figure it out. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. If you would like more, go ahead and leave a comment down below and we can do some more. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.